Hi there, it's Alia. Welcome back to my channel. I wanted to come on and share these little notebooks that I just finished making. I don't know whether to call them junk journals or traveler's notebooks, only because they're kind of a mixture of both. The size of them, it's 4¼ by 8¼ so technically I believe that you can use this as a TN insert, but I also made it with a little ribbon around each one just in case you wanted to use it as a journal by itself. So let's get into these and I will show you. These were very different to make because normally with all my other journals I love the laces and the trims and the this and the that, but with these I had a very hard time not putting that stuff in them because I didn't want them to get too chunky just in case somebody did want to use it as an insert. So it's very, very, very scarcely decorated, and you'll see when we go in. So for this first one, and I don't know if I said this already, but all three of them are made with Tim Holtz paper. I think it's a couple different collections if I'm not mistaken, because I just have a big pile of all my Tim Holtz paper, and some are just pieces of a collection I've had, some have the actual top, but these are made with stuff from the pile. So on this one, on the cover here, I did end up decorating it just a tad. I have a paper ribbon here, and right under there's a little tiny, I had to sneak lace in somewhere, but there's a little piece of lace there. And then this vintage button. So this is just a nice sparkly gold piece of yarn. Very sparkly. I don't know if you can see it in camera. So whoever is getting this, they can take it off if they want, or if they're using it as a notebook, you can leave it on. So it's optional. Okay. And with this, I did leave the string here very long, and then I just added some beads to it so it just kind of hangs over and gives it a nice little look. So on the inside cover I do have a pocket, and in every pocket or tuck spot that I have in these journals there's only one tag, and I did this because I want room for whoever is receiving these. I want them to have room to put their own stuff in as well. So I'll show them that, yes, this is a pocket, and this is what I put in the pocket, but you don't have to put the same thing in the pocket. You can put your own stuff in the pocket, or you can use what's in the pocket, either way. And a lot of these pages are blank for journaling. So I wanted really these to be journaling notebooks, rather than like the junk journals where you can do layouts. Not saying that you can't do layouts in this, but I just wanted it very plain and simple. So in the front pocket I just have this cutout, and it was one of the paper sheets from the collection, and then it's just it's all double-sided paper in here. I might have to cut this down just a little bit more because it does have some problems coming in and out, so I might have to take care of that. Alright, and here I have a piece of ledger paper, and on the edge, a nice little paper ribbon there. And again, in this pocket, I made this tag, and on the back here, I just put some coffee dyed paper that, I don't know if it will show up, if you can see, all the way around the edges. I did ink it, just because, I don't know, I like to ink stuff. So this is perfect, so you can journal on the back. Rather than trying to write on this, you can write on this. And on the front you can always stick pictures or leave it plain. And here's some coffee dyed grid paper, and then I put those reinforcer holes there just so it's kind of cool to look at. And here, another tag, and again with the coffee dye paper on the back. And these little circles here, when I was, because you know how these circles, they come white, and what I like to do is just, I take my sponge and I go over I color the holes. But I noticed when I was doing it on the book page that I was doing it on, it left all those little circles. And I was like, oh, that looks really cool. So I wanted to try it in this book too. So I did some there. It's kind of like stenciling, I guess. And here's ledger paper. And here's a little half page. Not even a half page, a quarter page. Oh, and here's some more of that stenciling there. I put a paper ribbon here on the bottom. And then it's just plain on the back. Oh, you could actually put pictures on there if you wanted to. And then the middle of the signature. And again with the hole reinforcers. And this one does house a little tag. And on the back, coffee dyed paper for journaling. Another paper ribbon there. And a little tuck spot here. Journaling on the back. And this one flips all the way out. So this could actually, if you wanted to do a layout, this would be a perfect spot to do it. Another paper ribbon. Another little tuck spot with journaling on the back. And the end. Oh, this is actually really pretty. I like the way the coffee dyed that. So that is the first one there. Let me just put that aside. Next one on the front, I did do a material ribbon, made it like ruffly, and then I sewed it, and I did end up putting a button on there. And this one, I threaded it with red thread to match this, but then I used black lace just to also kind of tie everything in together. So on the front here, I have a huge tag, and on the back, place for journaling. And again, it's the hole reinforcers, and I put a paper ribbon in between those. I don't know if you can see that. There we go. And here's another one of those little quarter pages that I use to do a little tuck spot. And another pocket with a big tag in it and plenty of room on the back for journaling. And here, oh, okay, yeah, I had to add a button. I had to do it. I broke down. And another pocket here, journaling on the back. And this one was, I did a little differently because I realized after I made the tag in the pocket, it was the same, I made it with the same side of the pattern paper. So then I just found this little 3x3 cutout and I stitched this on to make it, you know, a little bit different. But I like the way that came out. And in the middle of the signature. And here's a tuck spot with the card and journaling on the back. Oh, thread. Another paper ribbon there. Another little tuck spot with a journaling card in it. And again, another flip out, perfect for a layout if you wanted to. And here's the other side of that little half page and another card inside. Paper ribbon. And that is it. So that is the airplane one. And the last one, I didn't do anything on the cover only because I absolutely loved this paper. And I didn't want to put anything on the cover to distract it from the actual image. So actually, and I put a yellow ribbon to try to match the yellow flower. But it's just, I don't know, it's just so perfect without anything. So I left it plain. Okay, so in the front again, another big tag. And this was kind of light, so I figured if you're writing in black pen, maybe you don't need the coffee dyed paper. So I ended up just leaving that blank. And then I sewed on this little fabric tab on the top. So coffee dyed paper, and yes, I snuck another one on. Couldn't help myself. Here is the whole thing. It's so you can stick something bigger, but I just made these little cards to stick inside. And this one has paper on the back because I added to this one, just not the first one. And again, a sewn fabric tab on the top. And here's a page that just flips out, and then I put a little paper ribbon there. And here's the middle of the signature. And this is actually a really nice spot for a layout if you wanted it. So that's good. And these little middle things, if you want to cut them all the way down, you can. I just leave them a little long just so you can see it. But you don't have to, you can cut it down. And here's another paper ribbon with the flip out. And again, another pocket. These tags are huge, and I really like them because I love this paper. And I'm glad I had big scraps left over. And journaling on the back. And another flip out here. And here's the other side of that paper with a little tuck, and there's nothing on the back. A little paper ribbon up there. And that is the end. So these are my 3 newest little creations. The little simple, elegant though, traveler's notebooks / junk journals. So they will be up on my Etsy later this evening. I will leave the link below to my Etsy shop. And as always, thanks for stopping by and watching my video. I'll see you next time. Bye.